Hey, wonderful humans, and welcome back to the Art of Chronically. I have been in a really bad flare recently. CIDP, fibromyalgia, migraine type situation, my interstitial cystitis, just like a lot of pain, specifically nerve pain, muscular pain, a lot of weakness, fatigue. So I've really been struggling with these symptoms, brain fog for sure. And so I've been struggling with these symptoms, and it hasn't been just like a day or two, it's been more of an extended flare. And these happen, it's part of living with chronic illness. It's something that I have learned and realized. But I wanted to share with you all some tips of things that I have done aside from or along with medications that have helped me both emotionally and physically to get through this type of flare. Because when you're in this level of pain for so long, it can really start to take a toll on you, not just emotionally and not just physically, but like your whole well-being and your whole just self can start to really need extra care. So these are some of the things that I have done recently to kind of help me through this particular bump in the road. So I'm going to start with my emotional support and then we'll get to physical. So in terms of emotional support, probably the most important thing that I always recommend is leaning on your loved ones and asking them for help. So what I mean by that is being communicative and saying, hey, my pain is worse than usual right now. I may be behaving in a different way, like maybe I'm a little bit hangry, or maybe I'm crying, or I don't know, your behavior may be looking different, but communicating with your friends and family, either I need extra support, or you know what, I really have to pull back and I'm not going to be able to socialize or work in the way that I normally do because I'm in an elevated pain or illness moment, and that's something that's been really helpful and important. It's about setting boundaries and communicating in a kind and compassionate way so that you're able to, I've been able to get what I need from the people around me and really be grateful to them for the love and support that they give me. So that's been a huge help. Along with leaning on others has really been using a lot of positive self-talk. So when I go through flare periods that last longer than, I don't know, like 8 days, 10 days, something like that, I definitely start to spin out in terms of guilt and shame and frustration and anger, and I start to have a really negative self-talk, and my body starts to feel really bloated and my skin usually breaks out and I just don't feel like me. And so being aware of the way that I am talking to and about myself is really important. And sometimes we can't help the fact that we are, you know, being mean to ourselves, for lack of a better way of saying it. Like sometimes we are our own biggest bully. But if you can at least recognize, like, hey, right now I'm in a lot of pain and I'm feeling bad about myself and I'm, you know, those voices are really loud right now, try to be a sweet, kind voice that enters the conversation. So some more like practical hands-on tools that I've used for emotional support are journaling. I love my journal. I use it all the time because it's an amazing way to just get out whatever you're thinking and sometimes discover what you're thinking. I've also been really loving aromatherapy. So there's a couple ways that you can do aromatherapy. I like to just put essential oils like in one of my diffusers. So I'll use my lavender. I've been doing a ton of citrus because so wild orange, I love, 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 love my wild orange, because this one has actually been proven to help eliminate or shift depression. And so I've noticed that the citrus scents really help elevate my mood when I'm feeling sad and in pain and grumpy. And then some of the oils like lavender, vetiver, rosemary, frankincense, those are some more of the grounding oils that, when used aromatically, can really help us to feel in control of our mood, or at least our environment. And when you take that moment to set the space for where you are, and have a a diffuser going, and you're practicing aromatherapy, it can really help shift you into a better headspace. At least it does for me. Let's see, meditation for sure, and guided breathing. So coming back to your breath and just taking a minute to be like, whoa, I'm okay. Like, things are super hard right now, life's a bummer, but I'm okay. That's really important and amazing work to do during this time. And I always think it's important and amazing work to meditate and take a moment to breathe. But like, if you're experiencing a lot of pain, taking that time to really stop and just be in your body and breathe and remind yourself that, like, I'm okay. This too shall pass. Whatever mantras you're working with, like, they can really be profound. So I've been loving my breath. And the last emotional support tip or tool or whatnot that I have, honestly, is accepting the situation. And this is something that I say knowing full well that it's very difficult to do. And it's something that I notice within myself that I actively fight against doing. So being able to stop and say, you know what, I am not able to do what I normally can, or I need to pull back socially, or in terms of my physical movement, or in what I can do to help around the house, whatever it is that's, you have to pull back from, and it's hard. Accepting that and being in pain is a hard thing to accept. We want to resist it. We want to fight it. We want to do everything we can to just like get out of it. And that can make it worse. So just being like, all right, man, I have this condition. I'm in this pain moment. I'm going to use my tools that I have and that we're going to talk about next to help support my body, and also the ones we just talked about to help support my mind. Like, there are things that I can do to actively help myself, but at the end of the day, like, I was dealt a hand where I have chronic illness, and I have to play the heck out of it. So, just accept the situation, be kind to yourself, reach out to and appreciate those around you, the ones around you that help you. And like, aromatherapy is amazing. Creating an environment. So a lot of that is just creating that intentional space. So set up snuggly pillows and soft blankets, and if you're more of a candle person, light a candle. You do you, but you know what you can do to set up a space that makes you feel good and comfortable and happy, so that you're able to actually rest and relax and get through the challenge of being in a physical, painful flare. So join me next for our video where I talk about the physical tools and tricks that I use, or the tips and tricks I use to help with physical pain. I can't wait to see you. Stay tuned, guys.